Hi everybody, it's Jules here, and I am going to do a postpartum update for you finally. Don't mind the sun is probably shadowing my face a lot, but I'm not going to find a new location to film because I'm here now and I'm going to do it because obviously it's taken me so long to get this to you. Tomorrow Peter is turning 2 months old. I can't believe it. It went by so quickly. So I'm going to talk about feeding, diapering, and sleeping because I am sure that is what you want to hear about. And I'll talk a little bit about my healing as well. So, Peter loves to eat. We call him the hungry hippo because he will accept anytime the breast is offered to him, and we do feed on demand. We started that, day 3 or 4 probably, once we knew that he, was peeing and pooing fine and he was gaining weight. The midwife said I could just feed on demand instead of waking him every 3 hours or whatever. His latch was a little rough at first. Again, after 3 or 4 days, it was great, it was fine, but it was a little hard in the beginning. Sent husband out to go get the lanolin to protect my poor nipples because it was hard, and I definitely see why women give up with the breastfeeding journey because it isn't easy and it is a learned thing. But once the midwives taught me how to adjust the latch by pulling his chin down up over the whole nipple and areola, it became so much easier. So everything's great now. He's gained tons of weight. He was born at 6'10", and at his 6-week appointment, he was 10'11", I think. 10'13". Shoot, now I forget. I wrote it down somewhere. But gained tons. He didn't lose much of his birth weight either. He only ever went down to 6'7", and then 2 days later, he was 6'11". So, gaining steadily, and he's quite a chunker now. It's great. So yeah, he eats every probably like 2.5 to 6 hours, and it's actually funny that I'm filming this today because last night we slept from 12:30 to 7 a.m. I did a lay down feed, and then we slept again until 8:45, and we could have gone longer, but I had to get up to an appointment. So that sucked, but it was an amazing night's sleep, and it's so funny how great you feel with that longer stretch of sleep because just the fragmented sleep, even if you are getting, 7 or 8 or even 9 hours and napping and whatever, it's not the same unless it's a solid, uninterrupted sleep. So I'm feeling great today. So yeah, that was kind of a freak sleep. He usually does have a 5-hour stretch usually, but that's also because he has a lot more waking hours in the day. Like he's definitely not on a schedule. And then the gas does wake him up. So if he has to poop or whatever, he will wake up, and then it takes a while to, calm him down again. And it's a process, and every day is different, but we are sleeping with him next to us in the bassinet. Did that make sense? I think so. And sometimes we do co-sleep. We'll put him in the bed. I actually noticed the mornings, so whether I get up at 5 or at 7 or whatever for the feed, he does this like grunting thing in his sleep. And it's like his digestion, I've realized, is like just trying to get that poo out because usually he doesn't poo in the middle of the night. It's mostly in the day. So sometimes if I have him in bed with me, then that grunting and the straining is just like a little bit more relaxed, I find. Yeah, so we're not exclusively co-sleeping or anything, but I have no problem with it on occasion. So yeah. So when he was first born, we did use disposable diapers because we wanted to see his voids if he was peeing and pooing properly, and I guess with the cloth diapers it's like super absorbent, so it might have been hard to tell. Even though that turned out well, we continued for a little bit longer until the cord stump fell off because the cloth diaper cover was just kind of rubbing in that area, and we obviously wanted to avoid that. I think it was within the week that his stump did fall off, so then we switched back to the cloth diapers and we started the service because it was great. We got that pre-kit as I was telling you about, just kind of get us started with a little supply, but then we didn't start our weekly service until I called them. So it's not like we were being charged while we were using disposables or anything. So I wrote it down somewhere, but yeah, I think it was a week or 10 days when we started that service. And it's great. I thought the transition would be a little bit hard since we started the disposable route and you kind of get, used to that. But really with the cloth diaperings, it's so easy. And since we're using the service, it's really no extra work for me. With the service, it's a fitted cloth diaper with snaps. I think I showed you. I should have showed you. Anyway, so you put that on first and then you put the waterproof cover on top. So, it could maybe take an extra 30 seconds to put the extra cover on, but really it's so easy. The wet bag, they take away all the poo, all the pee, everything on our days Mondays, and then they leave the clean bag for us. So I wouldn't change it. at all. It costs $20 a week, and they do it like a small gas charge for the delivery, and I think it's $103 a month. So it pretty much works out to the same as disposables, and I know it's better for his bum, so it's good. We do use wipes for now. I found a brand that I like. It has alcohol in it, so I don't love them because I prefer the wipes to not have alcohol to dry out his bum. I mean, it's not super dry, but you know, it's just, that's a harsh ingredient. But they're biodegradable, and all the other ingredients are natural. So, and it's a pretty good price because, you know, some wipes are really, really expensive. You can do like organic cotton or whatever, but this was the best for the price and for the ingredients that I liked. They're called, I can link it down below, Nady Nature or something, Natty. They're from Sweden, and they're unscented, which is good as well. So yeah, that's diapering. And so overall, oh yes, he's in my lap here. Overall, things are like super smooth. I can't believe it. Yeah, he's really a pretty relaxed guy. You know, while some kids would like scream and wail about his gas, he just kind of grunts and deals with it. He really doesn't cry. If he's crying, you know it's food or gas related. Hasn't really experienced any colic. If you hear that, he's found his hand. That's a new thing. He is using the pacifier. We have a natural rubber pacifier that we use on occasion. We don't want him to get like super hooked on it, but I have no problem with him using it. We haven't tried bottled yet. We might try it tonight because I'm actually going to head out to a yoga class. My sister is going to watch him because my husband's at hockey. But yes, so I have a Medela swing pump that's a single electric. I pumped when I was engorged when the milk first came in, but I hadn't really used it since. But since I've been going back to yoga, I've been having a backup bottle in the fridge just in case, if my sister needed it, because I don't want to leave her stranded. But tonight I think we are going to try it because we have to go to a party on Saturday, and I could be away from him for a little bit longer, or the timing of the feeds couldn't be right. So we're going to try it, and I think it's going to be okay. I don't know how often we'll have to keep it up to make sure he takes it when he's older. If anyone knows, let me know. I mean, I'm not planning on leaving him because I'm not going back to work or anything, but I might have to take another class in the summer. Anyway, I assume that we have to keep up the bottle so he's kind of used to it and he doesn't get too attached to the breast. So if anyone has advice on that, let me know. Like if I go out with him, I'll feed him first. I prefer him to be asleep when I head out. It's just better that way. So I used to time that pretty well. But he falls asleep in the car too, and like I said, he's like a pretty relaxed baby, and it's not a problem if he is awake in the car. If he has the soother, it's fine. If he spits it out, sometimes he gets upset. It's like the actual, I'm sure you've seen that, like put the soother in, he's fine, pull it out, he starts crying. Put the soother in, he's fine, pull it out. And so that's a little bit frustrating. I have never had a really bad car drive where he's wailing and wailing. Sometimes just on the way home and gets a little bit fussy. So seeing him here now, it's funny to reflect on the pregnancy because, you know, he's kind of the same, just like super relaxed. You know, he wasn't like the most active baby in utero. I mean, obviously I could feel him and stuff, but out now, he's like just chilling, doesn't cry very much, and he's awesome. So everything is great. As for me and my healing, the stitches at my 6-week appointment, they were just almost gone. I had them check. The spotting comes off and on. I stopped wearing panty liners, but on occasion there's still like a couple, I wouldn't even call it blood, but like a faded color in my panties. So I don't know, that's kind of weird. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting 8 weeks later, but I'm sure it's normal. I feel fine. And yeah, I don't have many stretch marks. My belly button got all weird. Mostly because it used to be pierced, but also because I had scratched myself during the pregnancy, and then that scar from the scratch got stretched out and it looked kind of weird. So that's a little bit odd. And then I got a deeper stretch mark after the fact. It was like a week later, and when I first saw it, I thought it was like a crease from my underwear being too tight. And then I realized it was an actual stretch mark, so it showed up later, and it was super weird to me. And everything else is fine. I'm happy with my weight, and I'm not too concerned about, like getting my pre-baby body back or anything. But I am going to yoga to kind of maintain everything, and also because I bought a pass, so I have to go. So I have to go and use it. But yeah, I'm not stressing. I'm still eating well. I've always been a pretty healthy eater. On the 27th, we have our first appointment with the doctor because the midwife care did end at 6 weeks, which was super sad. I was very attached to my midwives, and I'm hoping that they're gonna call me back to do that home birth info night. As I was telling you about, they bring in a mom that has had a home birth to talk to the other moms that are considering a home birth. So when it's my midwife's turn to do that session, I guess that's what you call it, that evening, that info session, I hope she'll call me in to do it, because I think, oh yes, I think I'd be a good candidate to talk about it because everything was super amazing. So anyway, that's all for now. We're doing great. Everything is wonderful. I can't imagine my life without him. And yeah, it feels like he's always been here. I just feel like I know him, and we've bonded already. So that is all for now. I don't know when I'll update you again. You know why I don't do updates? It's because I have this old phone and it has no memory for videos on it, and it's just hard to get in the mood. I don't wear makeup and my skin is still healing. Oh yeah, I'll talk about that. My skin changed so much already, from the hormones shifting, and it's amazing. I also found a really great product that I like. It's called rosehip oil. It is rosehip oil. It's called rosehip oil, and it is rosehip oil. But it's actually been helping my skin a lot. I do want to do a skincare product video because I've switched to all natural since the pregnancy, and yeah, I just feel better about it. Okay. I don't know when I'm gonna see you guys again. It's so hard to get videos up. I totally admire all those YouTube moms that are able to do it, but I guess it's just not for me. But I am around, and I will talk to you shortly. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.